Peace, everyone. It's Black High Priestess. It's been a minute. I've received some important spiritual messages. I've been experiencing a lot of things, and I've been staying silent and trying to decide and, make decisions. So some people may be going through that. I have some spiritual messages, and Papa Legba was kind of urging me to relay these messages. We are in the New World Order. And a decade ago, when I started my brand, it was specifically to help Black women, to warn Black women, and to elevate Black women. And now we are officially in the New World Order. And on a spiritual level, the COVID vaccines did a lot to usher in that New World Order platform and reception. And a lot of people have noticed specific differences in their loved ones who have taken the vaccine. Those of you who have opted out for spiritual reasons. So one of the most important messages I want to convey is that Black women, you have to stop being in denial about the fact that Black men have abandoned us for the New World Order, for satanic power. So, I have received a question about divestment from Black men from a client, and I will be answering more questions live and doing more live counseling. But at this time, it's important for Black women to understand Black men have made their choice. It's not about us divesting anything. Black men have made their choice. And, Black women have sat around and watched and done nothing, while Black men have systematically abandoned their responsibilities to elevate our race and left Black women with all the responsibility, as they always have, as is their inferior nature. So it's imperative that Black women who are confused or in denial or still trying to be a puppet of white supremacy in order to achieve the affections of Black manhood, or fill the voids that Black manhood leaves in Black women, wake up. The Black man hates you. He always has. This is not news. This is systematic. It's part of white supremacy. He is a weak, inferior bred man with inferior genetics that were conquered centuries ago. And he is nothing but a byproduct of the slave trade. So Black women, stop believing these lies about Black love. It didn't exist in the Bible, barely. It's not going to exist now in the New World Order. I recommend an exodus to Africa or to another country for sisters who want to take love seriously in their life. America is not a place in the New World Order for Black women with dark skin, with kinky hair, with spiritual power. I'm not talking about Black women who have allowed Jezebel to take over because they don't want to face the reality that we are alone. Black men have abandoned us. He has given his power to the enemy against you. And we are all we have. So that is the first message, but that is the message that I've always had. It is not what my brand is about. My brand is about elevating Black women, but one of the most important parts in doing that is discussing where the pain of being a Black woman comes from. It's not from white supremacy. It's from the fact that the black man supports white supremacy against us instead of protecting and providing, which is what the man was designed to do. We come from a race of inferior men. Stop believing that looking white and acting white and being around white people are going to change your reality, black woman. You will not have it both ways. You can be spiritually awakened and face wickedness head on, or you can conform to the New World Order and still be treated like trash. But you can be blissfully ignorant and be told all these lies about all these statistics about, oh, well, black women still get married and this and that, when you see that the black man has actively abandoned you for the enemy. From homosexuality to interracial marriage, he is part of the Human Genome Project. Kanye West talking about White Lives Matter, he is a poster boy for the Human Genome Project, which excludes genetically dominant, aka black women. Because in the New World Order, you cannot have genetically dominant babies, and that has to come from a black womb. So it is imperative for the New World Order and the satanic regime to separate black men and black women and to force black men to mate with recessive women and impregnate them and make sure the baby comes through a recessive canal so it grows up racist genetically. It's a science beyond a lot of what most of you all will be willing to cope with because you're so busy living in denial. The other message is those of you, especially women, who are indulging in a lot of readings on online videos, online readings, online tarot divination, things like that. I would urge you to stop, but more so listen and to hear if these readers have satanic voices. Are they trying to hypnotize you? Are you addicted to these readings because these readers have hypnotized you with their voice, with their lingo, with repetitive language, repetitive signals, subconscious subliminal wavelength things that they are saying, vibrations that they are sending with their voice, with certain trigger words that are getting you addicted to listening to their voice and getting you addicted to listening to their readings and to their channel. A lot of you don't realize that these people are not spiritual people at all. They are hypnotists. They are using hypnosis on you to get you to give energy to their channel because they're being paid for it. It's monetized. So I urge those of you who are seeking spiritual guidance and have no other real outlet other than the internet or YouTube, you know, only listen to readers who have less than 500 views. Even better, less than 100 views. One, this will help people who are getting started to really reach people who are really seeking guidance and not all these clone bot weirdos out here. But also, it'll let you know that this person is operating on a organic wavelength at the very least. At the very best, they're actually good at what they do, which half of these people are not. But you will recognize that these people are not investing in being in fame and fortune. They're actually investing in helping you. And YouTube does not recognize that. YouTube recognizes people who pays them to get popular, which is why you'll see the same readers with, anything over 5,000 views is questionable. But that 5,000 mark, that's around the time where you can differentiate whether someone is actually growing their channel organically because they're good at what they do, or they are selling their soul to the devil as a YouTube artist and influencer, which is what a lot of them are doing. So those of you who are looking for spiritual guidance and things, break the hypnosis. A lot of you just need sleep meditation to do yoga, drink more water, eat more apples, or just eat healthier, and break ties with toxic people and really break ties with all this pseudo spirituality. Along with that, get out of the habit of trying to figure out the future and fortune telling. Accept Christ as your Savior, repent, and face the times we're in, face wickedness, and learn how to fight against it spiritually. And stop looking for someone to tell you things that you want to hear that is not reality, especially you Black women. You are the main ones addicted to being told things that is not your reality because you're not a white woman and you're not going to experience that reality. And you're addicted to being told and talked to when you're a Black woman who's going to get pain and suffering and hatred, and you have not learned how to cope with that yet and still be beautiful. It's the problem with you Black women. You just like Black men want what white people have, and you're not a white woman. And if you are a Black woman spiritually, you're going to suffer because you should be a revolutionary. And we're fighting demons in the New World Order. So you're not going to be able to live the way these people who have no power live, who have sold their souls live, and still be your spiritual organic self. This is the time where Christians are getting beheaded. And real witches, we've come out and we've done a lot of work, but it's time to go back into hiding. And this is the third main message that I have, especially for real witches, but especially to my sisters of African descent who have who have powers of witchcraft. You need to be very discerning when it comes to working with women. Right now, Black women need to be working with Ejuli, working with our triple goddess, working with the Black revolutionary goddess aspects only. You do not need to be sharing your power with recessive women. And don't think just because a woman is Black or looking Black that it's okay. Use discernment. But understand first and foremost, stop sharing the secrets with recessive women, which means any woman who is less than West African. Any woman who is less than West African genetically. Any woman who does not have any genetic connection to the slave trade and to the need to revolt against Caucasian white supremacy. Do not share any mysteries with her. I don't care if it's something you learned in a new age to the actual deep African mysteries that help us free ourselves and free the slaves and our ancestors from the shackles of white supremacy and the very mysteries that free us today. They don't belong to anybody, including these good for nothing niggas out here who want to be slaves. Stop being so eager to take on a position of authority and to feel important, Black woman, because every time you go out the door, you're being used and abused for your power. Stop being so eager to give it away just to be accepted by other women. Women do not deserve these mysteries. And if you are an empowered woman and you're Black, stop empowering other women, especially women outside of your spiritual signature. Meaning this, You're a woman who has the power to fight men, and you have the powers of Oya, and you have the powers to create justice even for other women. You don't need to share those powers with women who are weaker than you. You don't owe women who need you anything. They owe you something before you do work for them. And if you don't understand that, you're not operating on sacred energy. If you are a woman who has the gift of Oshun, who has the gift of the love goddess, you owe nothing to women who are not beautiful, who are not perfect, like our mother Yemaya. You owe nothing to women who are not the perfect reflection of feminine beauty, women who are not models, women who have no grace, women who don't know the mysteries of keeping a man sexually and how to satisfy him to where he's addicted to having sex with you and you alone. You owe these women nothing. You owe women who can't keep their husbands nothing. You owe women who can't attract men nothing. You owe women who want to be what they call bull dyke lesbians, meaning man haters, women with penis envy because men don't want to sleep with them. You owe them nothing. They owe you for your mysteries. And furthermore, if you do have the gift of Oshun and the mysteries of female sexuality when it comes to attraction, you should not be working with women in general. They should be coming to you with the utmost respect and humility, and they should prove to you that they respect you before you help them. Because the human female is jealous of the natural born witch who has gifts that are beyond what she can accomplish. And again, if you're under Oshun, you come from Yemaya. Yemaya has ultimate mysteries where women who have the gift of Yemaya don't need me to tell them anything. So women, those of you who have the gift of Yemaya, gratitude, for the immaculate energy that you bring, but y'all already ignore the BS and are already doing your healing work in the ways that are most healing to you and others. But it's very important that women who have gifts, spiritual gifts, you don't have to work with other women. Right now, women are wicked. They don't know anything. There's a lot of women who are trying to get into spirituality because they want powers that they don't have. If you're naturally beautiful and if you naturally can earn respect, you don't need witchcraft. You don't need all this pseudo spiritual stuff, and you sure as fuck don't need a bunch of weak other women who don't know their ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to attracting a man, maintaining harmony in a home, or raising children. You don't need them around you, and you don't need to be sharing your gifts with them. You need to surround yourself with other powerful women who you admire. And if you can't find them, be by yourself and only hang out with other men. If you cannot be around women who don't have jealousy in their heart and who don't have self-hatred, if you can't be around women who are as confident as you and as powerful as you, only hang out with men. This is one of the most important things a woman can understand when she has achieved sacred femininity. Stay away from other women. They don't deserve to be around you. Sacred femininity don't even belong to human women. So those who achieve it, the highest exaltation a human women can really achieve is to be married and be a God-fearing mother and wife. But in this day and age, because there's such a shortage of marriageable men who are fit to lead a home, A lot of women don't know how to cope with the realities of being single. And that's why women who are gifted, you need to be careful. Women out here are your number one enemy. And you out here trying to help this and help them and that and you got to be careful. Women are in direct competition with each other because there is a shortage of masculinity. Men have chosen homosexuality, they've chosen Satan, they've chosen this. And that's why it's worse for black women, because we already come from a race of castrated men. And the ones that are not are brainwashed into sleeping with the enemy. So, black women, that's why it's important. You don't owe anyone your strength. A lot of non-black recessive women of all different races are seeking the West African woman's strength in dealing with the reality of not having men around. You don't owe them that. You are nothing but their slave mammy. Stop helping women who are already in direct competition with you for black men who you are entitled to. Black women, stop letting the New World Order train you into believing you are not entitled to African men. You are. And you have every right to fight the New World Order for them. Because if you do, a lot of times you will win, sisters, if you just put up a fight. But at the end of the day, what you need to do is steer clear and stay as far away as you can from these swirlers, from these black men who surround themselves by white femininity and do nothing for you and mock your pain and mock your loneliness and mock your experiences because they are too busy helping white supremacy. You need to stay as far away from you can. From these white women who act like they're your friend but only want to learn how to keep black men around because they cannot maintain the facade. They need your energy to keep these interracial relationships. Black women, they hate you. These white women hate you. But they will act and smile in your face because they need to learn how to attract and keep black men. Because a lot of them don't have the power to use the actual witchcraft that these white witches are using. A lot of them are just earning black men by default because of the spell of satanic witches. But again, a lot of black women are too busy trying to look like white women to know how to defeat Satanism and witchcraft. And like I said, you powerful black women, you don't owe any woman anything. Stop letting women convince you it's your role to help and heal them. It's not. Women who are temple priestesses, it's our role to sexually heal men who can afford it. We are not supposed to be working with women at all whatsoever, to be honest. And most women can't, they will hate you for the fact that you can help them. Be discerning, witches. Be discerning, witches. Stop working with women. They don't know how to deal with these men. We do. You don't owe them the mysteries. They owe you. Let human women humble themselves before us who have the mysteries. You don't owe them. They hate you more than these men out here who can't control you. These are the messages. These are the messages I have, but especially for black women. Recognize that black men have abandoned the responsibilities, just like it was prophesied. The last trick the white supremacy would play is to give the black man white women, to hand him, force feed him white femininity. And now you see that, black women, stop being in denial, because 75% of you can never even really compete with the standards of white femininity. You come from obesity, loudmouth, aggressiveness, and you're too far gone to really learn how to compete with white femininity. And the other 25% of you, you don't have the confidence to show that you can. You think dating a white guy or wearing weave does the trick. And at the end of the day, being natural and really competing and showing in your natural state that you were just as sexy and 1,000 times sexier, when you're being athletic and eating healthy and wearing your hair natural and letting it grow long naturally, which a lot of you black women act confused, like you really don't even know that you can do it, which is why half of y'all don't even have the right to even be in a 10,000-mile radius of a real witch, because you vapor at the end of the day. You completely irrelevant to this revolution. Black women, witches, women of power, stop giving your power away to these worthless women who don't deserve it. The time for that is over with. We in the new world order. Men are choosing sex and sex dolls. And that's what you see. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, City Girls, all these female artists, not to knock their hustle, but they are representations of sex doll energy. Men have no regard for femininity. The woman is nothing but a sex doll. And the black woman, you are erased. You are not allowed in the New World Order unless you are going to teach white women how to erase you effectively. You want that role, that's the only role available for black women. Representing bull dyke masculinity and being appropriated by white women. So I hope these messages reach you all well. I have decided to, just keep telling the truth. I see a lot of conforming to the New World Order, a lot of people being silent, believing it's no longer popular or feasible to talk about these issues of race when it's affecting us now more than ever. Black women, the black man has completely abandoned his responsibility, and everything that they say about him has proven true. That he abandons his children, this and that. Well, collectively, he don't want the responsibility of revolting. He's too busy sleeping with white women and mocking you while you are alone doing all the work. Recognize. Black High Priestess signing out. Peace and love. Oh, listen, learn, like, subscribe. Follow me on IG at the Black High Priestess. Check out my website, blackhighpriestess.com. Book an oracle consultation. $50 an hour special for the season of the witch. Peace and love.